Afternoon YouTube, it is I, Danielle, better known as Danielle Happy Medium, and welcome back to our channel. I hope you is all well here on YouTube, and it's been a pleasure to be back with you all. And in today's video, we're going to talk about this topic: ghost hunting, ghost busting, hauntings, etc, 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 etc. And this question comes in from a lovely gentleman called Andrew, who comments quite frequently here on the channel, and I thought it would be a really good one to talk about, and one that we can maybe explore together. You know, let me hear what you have to think in regards to the video, your thoughts and feelings. Keep it clean, folks. You just know how it goes. Got to be understanding that everybody has an opinion, including myself. But I do also want to work with this one with the intelligence, because the intelligence is really, really important here when we talk about these types of things. Now, this may irritate a few people because lots of people have lots of different beliefs, and it's certainly not a video that's intended to do that. All I want to present to you is the facts, the intelligence, and then for you to go away and have a little bit of a think about that and see where you sit within them parameters. But in this video tutorial for discussion today, it's all about ghost busting, ghost hunting, and everything else that goes through it. So, as I say, I am Danielle, and as everybody knows, I'm better known as Danielle Happy Medium. Please like, share, and subscribe, and maybe check out the channel with friends and family. This topic here, like I say, coming from Andrew. And for me, I always am going to work with the intelligence before I go anywhere, anywhere else. And the reason being, and I did do a video, maybe it's about 2 years ago now, I will put at the end of the video for you to watch, about ghosts versus spirits. Now, for me, this here is memories. So, as we all understand, you know, and I'm not going to insult people's intelligence themselves, we all understand the world is full of energy. We are all creating energy each and every day, and that energy stays within objects. Now, with connections to objects, if you were to link into this particular pen and you were able to hold it, we do an exercise called psychometry, which is linking into a particular object of a loved one, etc, 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 and you will be able to trace it back and then start to get evidence. You have to have a belonging to a loved one in that capacity in order to do that exercise. But when we work with ghosts, memories, it's all about the memories that have stayed within the building, so dwellings, houses, bricks, you know, these types of things. Now, if you watch most Ghostbusters, hauntings, paranormal, it's all done in the dark, and it's all done in somewhere that's, you know, old. It's not done in some nice house, you know, nice and bright and light, like, is it? Do you know what I mean? I didn't see none of that. Now, I'm not trying to have a go there or anything, but first of all, we've got to get your mind in where the mind is. So straight away, we're going to put the mind into fear mode. Now, as we all know here on the channel, fear mode is not good for mediumship or anybody trying to train mediumship, develop mediumship, or even the general public. Living in a world of fear, it's not good for any of us. So when we talk about these types of things, straight away, we've got to think of the setting that's being placed. So straight away, we're taking the mind to a fear-based manner. Now, again, with the memories of the ghosts, if we work with the intelligence, the number one intelligence, and I did a video, I think, the other day on it, excuse me for my back to the camera, was that everyone goes to the spirit world. Everyone. So, these people can't be in these dwellings, because everybody goes to the spirit world, so it goes against the intelligence. So either one, we're saying the intelligence is incorrect, or two, somebody somewhere is not playing the game right. I've got to be honest with you on that one. We've got to work with that intelligence. Again, we've also got to work with the second intelligence. Now, the second intelligence is evidence. Now, evidence is of the loved ones, can be placed, can take, you know, whatever it is that comes through as intelligence of evidence. Now, if, for example, we're just going to we're going to work with all parameters here, right? Because I want to really look at it all. Say, for example, this intelligence, for example, isn't right. We'll just sort of throw that thought out there. And these people are living in these dwellings, houses, whatever it is that may be. Then even with the best of intelligence, the evidence has got to be placed in order for people to take the communications. So again, these two aren't quite lining up. Now, my Nana Patsy, bless her cotton socks, is in the spirit world. And my Nana used to always say to me, Danielle, And I say, yes, Nana. She used to say, if it doesn't make sense, pet, it's a lie. Now, I'm not saying anybody's lying anywhere here. All I'm saying is a quotation of which that my Nana gave me many, many years ago, and I live by that quotation. So I have to look at the evidence and the intelligence that's working here, right? First and foremost, before I even go anywhere, even before I put my opinion in or anything like that, I work from the fact-based intelligence, always. As a professional and as a medium, I always try to find the facts and then have my opinion on top of that. Sometimes I have my opinion before that, like, but you know, now we're going on the channel. Anyway, so we've got to look at this here from this parameters. Now everything's storing memories, everything's storing bricks, everything's got memories of places, people that's once lived there, etc., 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 etc. So yes, when people do go to these places, there will be their memories there, because ultimately, especially if there's been a lot of problems there, you know, a lot of negativity, a lot of sadness, etc., etc., etc. So yes, they are going to be there, but also the happiness will be there as well, regardlessly of what went on within them properties. But will the actual loved ones be there? If I work the intelligence, the answer is no. There's no way you can get away from this intelligence. Now, we may get loved ones through on the ghost busting, hunting things, yes. Now, them loved ones are going to be of the what? So, here's the person who's running the place. Here's all the people. Here's the spirit world. Whose loved ones do you think might be there? That's right, folks. Who's got it? Well done for those who correctly got right. These people's loved ones. So when the medium's connecting in on these Ghostbusters type thing, they're actually picking up the loved ones of the people in the room, because you've got to use the intelligence. The intelligence is that the evidence has got to be taken in order to be proof that life continues after this life. We all, as mediums, work on these parameters. These are one of the two fundamental understandings of intelligence when we're working for the spiritual world. One, that everyone goes to the spirit world. Otherwise, we then have to troop down the road of, you know, in connections to suicides, connections to people getting stuck. You're going to fall back there. And that just doesn't happen. So therefore, everybody's got to be in the light. So therefore, they can't be in these houses, because everybody's in here. So it goes against that intelligence. Then we've got to be able to place the evidence. So if the evidence can't be taken, again, you can't prove. It's like me saying to you, let me think of something weird and wonderful. You know, by night I'm a cat. And it's true, right? Because I told you. That's not enough in mediumship. That's not enough of the intelligence. That's not enough to prove that I do them things. You've got to have the facts to back it up. You've got to have the intelligence to be able to place it. So this here doesn't really resonate here. It doesn't. What we're really talking about when people are talking about ghost busting and stuff is they're talking about looking at memories. They're looking at residual energies. Probably maybe is another word you may have heard. That is what they're linking into. They are not linking into the spirit world. If they are, it's because their loved ones is here for the people who's on the ghost busting. Now, people say, lots of people, you're going to be screaming at me going, well, Danielle, we've seen things. Danielle. And I'll be like, yeah, I appreciate you probably have. I'm not disputing that. But somebody commented on one of my videos today talking to me about imagination as the gateway to the spirit world. And I'm not really that thingied on that one, I've got to be honest. The reason being is if we're using imagination, you're making it up. And that's not what we're doing, because after all, we all know the spirit world's real. Right? So you don't need to be making the spirit world up. What the spirit world's using is the database within your mind. So there's no need to make the spirit world up. There's no need to use imagination, because imagination is not useful here, because otherwise you're conjuring it up, which means that they don't need to conjure it up. What they're doing is they're touching in on the knowledge and the base set that you already have, and then working from them parameters. So when we go on ghost busting and when we do all these types of things, and people will say they've seen things and, you know, they've heard things and all this, we've got to remember one, where the mind is. Now, all of us know, working on this channel and them mediums who may be watching all this, we all can get ourselves into one of them places. And all of us, including myself, have thought that we've seen something when really it's been our imagination, because we've been fear-based. Fear-based can make you think all sorts of things. It can make you believe that you've actually seen something. This goes right down to demonics. It goes down to, you know, darkness, unwanted visitors, you know, all these types of things. And this is because the mind is fearful. And that's what happens when you go on ghost busting. Most people's already fearful. They're terrified. You're in the dark. None of it's done in the light if you watch. None of it's done in the light. None of it. And people say, well, what about spirit boxes? What about, you know, here in the spirit world and all these types of things? We are yet to really pick up on anything apart from when we're doing the likes of seances, trance work, this type of thing. Why is it that the spirit world needs to speak through a spirit box when they can speak perfectly well through a trance medium or on a seance, which is much more evidential and much more of a residing fact? You're gonna be able to see it. It's tangible. You're gonna be able to produce it. Voice boxes, spirit boxes could be picking up police radio waves, could be picking up anything. And you've got to be aware of them things when you're looking at this type of ghost hunting, paranormal, etc. I know it probably is going to cause a bit of an issue in the paranormal movement, and this video is not intended to do that. It's only to present the facts and then allow people to go away and think whatever they want to think. If you choose to want to believe in all this, oh, good on you. You know, I'm not here to say that's right, wrong, and different, but I have to ask you, are you working with the intelligence? If you are and you're still saying these things, I have to then ask where your mind is, because ultimately, how fear-based is the mind, and where is your mind sitting in them parameters? These are some box standard questions I ask. If you look at this and understand the intelligence, you may look at this line, or you may have some of your own lines that you maybe want to throw at me, or you want to talk to me about within the comments box. Again, keep it nice. This channel's all about allowing you to express yourself, but not in a way that we upset and offend other people. It's all about like learning to work as one, but all having a different understanding of consciousness, and I'm happy with that there also. But in this video, and Andrew's question and asked me on ghost busting and paranormal, this is my thoughts and feelings on it. You know, I have opinions and I express them opinions from time to time, but this one doesn't need my opinion. This one needs to be working with the facts and the intelligence in which that we use as mediums each and every day. And I think that's enough to be able to get over the things that I want to say. So in this video, we've talked about ghost busting, ghost hunting, and all the rest of it. It's been a pleasure talking to you all. I hope you are keeping well out there in the world. It's a pleasure to have you all here. We've got loads of new people, so hi to everybody. I hope you're all well, and you know, much love from me in the spirit world. Channel's continuing to grow, and I'm always eternally grateful to it. Slow and steady wins the race, as I'm told by my team, and I'm quite happy to do that also. Also, if you're interested in training, classes, that type of thing, hit me up via www.danielle@thehapmedium.com, and there'll be a list in workshop Zooms and mentoring, where you can have a look at all the Zoom classes that are coming up over the next couple of weeks and months, and other additional training that I do as well. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I'll see you all on Thursday with another really interesting video. And one I was asked to do a long time ago and didn't feel the time was right, but now I do feel the time is right. So that will be produced on Thursday there for you. Also, have a great week, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Big kisses from me in the spirit world. Bye for now.